This is Ralph Gardner Park, home to Northern Premier League Division 1 East club, North Shields FC. Hello, my name is Richard and welcome to another episode of Grassroots Football Journeys, where we look at the history and former home grounds of another local football club. In this episode we're here on the northeast coast to look at a club of a rich history that are back on the rise. This is the story of North Shields FC. The club were formed in 1896 and they were known as North Shields Athletic, and they first played here at what was known as Appleby Park. Like many stadiums in this part of the world, the ground was built on a disused quarry, and in its heyday it was one of the best in the northeast. A record crowd of 12,800 saw a match against local rival South Shields in 1936. By then the club had changed its name first to Preston Colliery and then in 1928 to North Shields. The club first joined the Northern League in 1964 and in 1969 completed a unique quadruple, including success in the FA Amateur Cup, beating Sutton United at Wembley. In 1989 the club moved up to the Northern Premier League, but in 1992 they hit financial problems and had to sell Appleby Park. The ground was demolished in 1993 and replaced with this housing estate. It's now hard to believe football was ever played here. In 1992 the club reformed and dropped down into the Wearside League. With no permanent home ground, they were forced here to share with Northern Alliance side Percy Main Amateurs. Originally called Middle Row Park, the ground was renamed Purvis Park in 1996 after former player and secretary Alan Purvis. After just a year, the club moved again here to Barking Dog Sports Ground in Wallsend. Situated behind the Rising Sun Country Park, the ground now plays host to Wallsend Rangers and Willington Keys over 40s. In 1996, the local council granted the club permission to play back here in North Shields at Ralph Gardner Park. Originally this was the playing fields for Ralph Gardner School, and there have been many improvements here over the years, including covered seating sections and hard standing areas. The club rejoined the Northern League in 2004 and in 2015 they returned to Wembley to lift the FA Vase, beating Glossop North End in the final. At the end of last season, North Shields won the Northern League Division 1 to gain promotion back to the Northern Premier League Division 1 East. So this has been the story of North Shields FC, a club with a rich history who are back on the rise. My name is Richard. This has been Grassroots Football Journeys, where we've looked at the history and home grounds of another local grassroots club. If you've enjoyed this episode, please give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We'll be back very, very soon with another episode of Grassroots Football Journeys, looking at the history and home grounds of another local grassroots football clubs. Join us for that very, very soon.